Welcome to another training video from XMPRO. Today we will be talking about the concept of collections in DataStream Designer. A collection is a container which enables you to group stream hosts which run the same use cases. Imagine creating a use case where you are getting some sensor values from a device, and then you want to run some thresholds, and ultimately you want to run some action where you might be creating a work order. It's just a basic small 3-step use case. You would then need to deploy this somewhere, most likely on a stream host closer to your source where these values are coming from, which might be, let's say in this case, an oil pump. Now, if this was one use case and you had one oil pump on which it needs to be deployed, it's easy. You can just deploy it there and it will run fine. If you have more than one stream host, basically more than one devices or assets on which this use case is supposed to run, or assets that you want to monitor, you would need to deploy this one by one onto each one of them, which would be a tedious task and will also become a very difficult thing to manage in the long run. That is where collections come in. Collection is a container which sits in the middle and allows you to publish your use cases onto the collection, and on the other side, your stream hosts register or subscribe to that collection. That way, your use case doesn't need to be deployed individually to each stream host or each asset. It only needs to be published or deployed on a collection, while the stream host would connect to that collection and will just run whatever they are supposed to run as per your use case and collection mapping. This also helps for stream hosts which have intermittent connectivity, or stream hosts which may come in later. For example, you may install a new oil pump. In this case, it will just subscribe to the same collection and will be up and running in no time. So that is why we have collections in the DataStream Designer. Now, how do you create one? If you are in the DataStream Designer, you would notice that there is a collections option on the left side here. If you go in, creating one is as simple as clicking the plus button and giving it a name. Like that. Once created, you can then go ahead and install stream hosts in there by downloading a stream host from here and using the collection profile, which you can specify here. Then you would use the installation file and this connection profile to basically bring a stream host online, which will connect to this collection. Once it is online, you will be able to see them in the list of online stream hosts over here. On this blade here, you're allowed to change the icon of your collection. You can also change the name if you need to, and there are some advanced options which will be looked at in the next video. Some of the other options you have here are revoking the key or deleting the collection itself. So that was a brief explanation of collections in the DataStream Designer.